Hey everyone, PAC-PREZ here, and today we're going to talk about the difference between a flat back hockey puck and what's called a step back hockey puck. Some of you may not even realize that there's two versions of these really well-known hockey puck looking padlocks. So I wanted to point that out firstly because some manufacturers only produce this stepped back hockey puck, and I think that's a problem you need to be aware of. But also to make sure that you're aware of when you're buying a certain style of hasp, that you buy the right kind of hockey puck, flat back or a step back. So a little history first. When the hockey pucks were developed 30, probably 40 years ago, and I don't even know the whole story, what I was told when the hockey pucks were first developed and they were used on the bar style hasps, one of the defeats people found out was they could take something like a channel lock pliers or a pipe wrench, put it on the outside of the padlock, and then rotate, twist. It was called a torque attack. And when that happened, it would break the shackle on the inside or it would break the corresponding hasp that's being locked onto. To defeat that type of an attack, what was developed was this idea of a 1/4 inch step out, this cutout right here on the padlock, so that when it mounted up to the bar style hasp, that bar style hasp complemented the hockey puck, so when it became time to rotate, if someone tried to do that same torque attack, this cutout on the padlock aligned with and mated with the bar style hasp to prevent that torque attack. Makes sense, great design, and it probably worked for a while. However, about 10 or 15 years ago, someone came out with a shrouded style hasp. And that shrouded hasp, as the name implies, has a shroud around the padlock to prevent any sort of a torque attack. Great design. And that's what's being sold today. PACLOCK has a variety of these shrouded style hasps for you to choose from and for you to leverage a hinge shackle design like a hockey puck. Well, most manufacturers that aren't PACLOCK will still sell you a stepped back padlock to work with that shrouded style hasp. The trouble is you no longer need this step out in the back of the padlock. Two problems. Number one, if you use a step back padlock in that hasp, it's got a flat back to it now. This padlock is going to flop around. Not only is it going to flop around, but you have a prying point that you can get into now and try and pry the padlock out. Whereas with a flat back hockey puck going into that hasp, you have far less of a chance of getting a pry point in there to pull it out. The second problem, this costs more to manufacture than this. This cutout doesn't happen magically. We don't snap our fingers and all of a sudden, poof, that's gone, right? We have to do that in the mills. And if you're talking aluminum, maybe it doesn't take too long for us to cut that out, but when you're talking 304 stainless steel, that's difficult to machine, you're talking about a lot of material that has to be removed, and that's why when you look at our price list, you're gonna see buying a step back hockey puck costs you more than buying a flat back. So it makes no sense for you to buy a step back if you're gonna use a shrouded style hasp, okay? Keep that in mind. Most manufacturers aren't doing that. They're going to sell it to you with this floppy setup using a step back in a shrouded style hasp. All right, so this has been a PAC-PREZ Minute. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Pay attention to it the next time you're buying a hockey puck and a hasp setup.